Hello guys, how is going? So today I'm in the box because I want to talk about something that with which I started this channel, which is 3D printing. Okay. Sorry about the mess, but it's something like I have to do some organization and something like that, but I never did. But it's my fault. But okay, so I want to talk about 3D printing, uh, which happened that 7 months ago. I don't remember which was the reason that I decided to buy a 3D printer. But one day I said, okay, I want to buy one, and with zero experience and never use one of them, and zero experience to 3D projects or 3D modeling and everything like that, I bought one of these, which is the Bambu P2S, which is a very, I would say, cheap, not the cheapest, but very cheap and a great printer with closed chamber, as you see, for I think is like around 520 euros or something like that, just the printer. And if you want this one, which is an IMS, which, as you can see on top, you can put multiple filaments, and if you do like color 3D printing or something like that, it's an automatic system that it changes the colors by itself. Of course, in this case I have only one of these, so I can put only 4 colors. But if you want, let's say, you can put, if I'm not getting wrong, 4 of these and 4 single ones, which is those that reach a lot higher temperatures for drying the filament, which I'm gonna talk about later. And that will allow you to, let's say, print with 20 colors, I believe. Of course, that is a down point of 3D printing with multiple colors with this kind of printer are those PUPs, or I don't remember now how is the correct name of this, but it's like the change of the filament. You will purge a little and will drop that off. And I can already say that one of the downside of this kind of system is that you waste a lot of filaments, because it can happen many times that the waste it's much higher than the object that you print. So let's say the object is, you need 200 grams of filaments to print it, but all those poops and filaments droppings can be like 250, 300, or also more. Depends, of course, how many changes the printer is gonna make. So I want to talk a little about of my experience with a 3D printer in 7 months. So I started from zero. Okay, so I had no experience. I never had one. I didn't know how to use it. but I just wanted to make, because the channel I started with these videos for 3D printing was in Italian, but I stopped doing these videos, and now I thought that maybe it's time to do like a little update, and here I am. So I just wrote some points to follow, and I personally prefer to have the bad news first and then the good news. So I will start with the bad things about 3D printings. So let's start with filaments, which are those, okay, and also that one. So let's say cost, because these are not really cheap, but they are not also expensive. Well, it's better to say that it's depending where you buy them, because you can find some promos like Amazon or other stores that you can buy 1 kilo of filament for less than 10 euro or just a little over, or to have these prices you have to buy bulk orders, okay, so at least 10 kilos or more to have a great discount. Otherwise you pay from let's say 11, 12 to 25, 26 euros depending the manufacturer. In this case, if you buy from Bambu Lab, those are a little bit expensive, but as I said before, you can have like some discounts by buying bulk quantity, and that's it. They're not really every time cheap. So if you like me, I think yes, you can buy I don't know 2-3 kilos, but if you are a person that are continuing with the printer going, you need to put, I think, probably like 40-50 euros at least per month to buy filament of this. And you also have to maintain them, because what I mean, those are PLA, which is the basic, pretty much the basic filaments that you can have with 3D printers. So in this case you don't have too much maintenance to do. You also have to be sure to try to keep them in a dry place, because filaments are a lot sensible to how it's humidity. So in this case, yes, they absorb some humidity, but not like other filaments. So you have to be sure there are filaments that you always have to dry them before you use, and those are mainly those filaments like technical filaments, or TPU, which is like plastic or something like that you have to dry them. This right here, you can dry filaments with this, but you can't print, or you can print and dry at the same time, but you need to buy a external power supply. And also at least at this time, when you print, the power of drying will decrease a little. Or you can buy some other brands dryers that allow you to dry your filaments. So that's one point. Then of course, to prevent filaments to absorb humidity, it probably is better to buy, like, to keep them in a really dry and controlled place. this is not the correct way to keep them, or there are better ways, but this is my place, so I can only keep this. Some other people, they are doing like some racks or something with the humidifier, so to take humidity out every time. And this is part of the maintenance, because sometimes you may start printing something and you see that print are getting wrong because your filament is not dry enough. Then I don't understand. Okay, projects. Okay, talking about projects, as you can see here, I'm printing something that I didn't do for myself. I just take it from MakerWord or MakeSwords, something like that, which is a website, in this case of Bambu Lab website, where you can find projects from other people. So I think there are three kind of people that they're using 3D printers. So I would say the first one is that person that he wants to check only the already present project. So he needs to do something and he searches for it, and if he didn't find that project, he will stop there and maybe he will buy from online or somewhere else. Then there is the second kind of person that if he needs something, he look online to see if it's already available, and if it's not, he will try to make his own project. I'll say that is my case, because I usually I try at least to do the project for myself. Sometimes it doesn't happen too often, but sometimes it was happen. And third one is the one that maybe he prefers to do it by himself, because he know how to use 3D softwares, and he wants to have full control of everything. And I think me, I am in the second kind of person. So depending how one person is, so if he wants to try to do his best, he will try. If he's not, okay, I don't find the project online, so I will not go further. I will stop here, and I will buy it from somewhere else. You need to learn create your own product. Yeah, of course, if you want, you need to learn 3D softwares, so how to create your own stuff, if you want, if you need. But that's, I think that's, if you learn that, it's a pro, because then you're able to do your own projects, that small or big there. Many, I don't understand what I wrote down here. Okay, so color prints, like I said before, so if you want to do a color print, you need to have one of these, because it's automatically change. So he changed for itself the colors. I don't know, in this case you probably see this, I almost finished the black. In this case I have the same color here, so when this will finish, automatically we will take this one. And of course it's the same process. If I want it's the print needs to take red or white or what is, he will do it by yourself. Of course you have the downside that you have many pops, but to reduce this waste, there are some ways. The best one, of course, is to buy a printer that have multiple heads. Like in talking about Bambu Lab, you can have H2C, which have multiple heads, so he will change all the heads with different colors. Or one of the best things is to have dual nozzle printer. Now, a few months ago or something like that, Bambu Lab presented X2D, which it's a cheap printer with dual nozzle, so I think this will be the best. With AMS you don't need nothing more, or in other case you need an AMS, so he will do it by himself, but you know that you throw a lot of waste of filament. So, space. You need space, of course, because as you can see here, this is pretty much, or almost pretty much dedicated to the printer. Okay, don't bother what is down there, but this is pretty much everything from his. And see, this one is a small one. If you buy, like I said before, H2C, it's bigger, so you need more space. Or of course you can buy a small one, which is A1 mini or A1, and now the other day comes out the H2L, which is a big one in that case. So H2L no, but the other two that I said before, yes, they are smaller printers. So if you don't have too much space, I think you can go with one of those. Of course, it's open, so you can't print different materials, like no different materials. You can print some kind of materials, because for some materials you need to have controlled temperature in the room, so you need to have like the room at a specific temperature. And I think downsides, maybe these are all. I don't have others in my mind. Pro, he's satisfied to look how gets live your projects, or the project that you download from any website. So like in this case I print how is called food for my cats dispenser. So I put all the things. I mean, I can show you. No, I can't show you because it's not. When I can sell some order of the food of my cats. So in this case, it's a project that I found online. Of course, I mainly do this kind of stuff, and yeah, I mean, you probably find something like that online. Of course, if you take the power consumption, and if you take filament, if you take everything, probably you reach the same or just a little less of the cost. But being satisfied that you print that, so you see its growth take life, I think it's a nice thing, a nice feeling. And like I said before, if you start and you learn how to use 3D softwares, don't limit your mind, because in that case you can create everything you need, everything you want. Of course, you have to check what filament to use, but the only limit is your mind and your capacity to use 3D softwares, and then you can produce everything with this, everything you may want and you may need. And I put down something else, but I don't understand what I wrote, so that's funny. I don't know how I wrote everything like this, because I was laying in bed and I put bad writing. And yes, after 7 months, yeah, I will probably do the same choosing. I will definitely go again to buy one of these, even if this period I would like to buy the X2D printer, because I think with dual nozzle it's the perfect one. So if you want to buy one of these, I suggest you to buy the X2D printer, so you can print with 2 filaments at the same time, and in some occasions you will save your life, because sometimes you do some I don't get the word in English, like support, so after you print that support you have to take it off, and sometimes it's hard to take off, sometimes it's easier. But with a 3D printer with dual nozzle, you can print, like, let's say PLA, which is this one, and then use PTG for support. So when you finish your print, you can remove easily the supports, and in some occasions you may need to do, like, I don't know, some little projects with different colors, and of course you also have some poops. If you don't want to have one of these, you have to buy a little more expensive printers from Bambu Lab or other brands, but for, like, say, like hobby thing, one of these or one of that one with two heads, it's the perfect one, and it's not so expensive, because if I'm not getting wrong, the X2D is 600 euros, I believe. So I suggest to buy on this, yes. So yeah, I don't know, I can show you some little stuff here. So this is the main page. You have some details here. You have the plate temperature, in this case is 55 degrees, the room temperature is 34, and head temperature is 220. Then here you have your project and time to finish. Then you can jump a line, or you can pause or stop it. And this is if it's something is no, so let's say I open the door here, you see that it told me you have the door open, okay. Then here you have some manual inputs. If you want to move the head or the plates, the speed here I never use it, I keep it, but usually this is automatic in settings. Also this one now is cooling, because of course you print, so you need to cool down the plastic, I would say. This is the nozzle, so is the head temperature, room, that in this case you can't, is not active, it has not active temperature, so you can't input the temperature, so you to heat up the temperature. In this case you have 34 degrees because of the beds and heads, and you have the bed temperature of 55. With X2D you can also adjust this temperature, okay. Here you have this thing here, which is the first on the on your left, as you see the video, and this one here is the outside filament. And here you can, if you buy, like, let's say from the Bambu Lab, you have here like automatic. Here he will understand automatically which filament is, how much it's remaining, and everything, because it has like something like an NFC tag that, like this. So with this one you can have some information automatically. Then, of course, input stations here, settings, so vibration settings and other settings, of course, and that's it. So to stop this video, if someone will ask me if I suggest to buy one of these, I will say yes. If you have the chance, you have the money, and you have the space, yes. And also one thing that I didn't mention, with these filaments you don't have smoke or bad air, let's say. I don't have the word in English, so you're pretty much okay. But if you start to print something different, like ABS or nylon or something like that, yes, you will have some bad air, some smelling of plastic and stuff like that. So I suggest to put it in a place where you don't stay with it, so you don't inhale all that air. That I don't think it's a good air. And that's it. If you watched this video and if it was helpful for you, that's great. If you watch it because you find it here, that's great. It's the same. Maybe I help you, someone that wanted to do this step. Hope that. I hope I was enough clear about 3D printer, and I think that's it. If you have any question or something, you can put in, like always, in the comment box. So that's it. Okay, and see you next time.